We had some coconut thugs, some young little coconut portrait thugs in Long Beach had jumped. I think it's called Polly. They jumped a African American descended special needs young man in Los Angeles. I talked about my video. I mentioned about the Cruz case in Turner, and Vasha already mentioned the about the Serranos being tied to the ME and Brotherhood, and just education that yes, it is a white supremacist group. But the KKK and neo Nazis do not accept them because they do have they because they align with another race, which is Latinos. Um, and don't come on China and say Latinos not a race. In Latin America, they're mostly racially mixed, including black. All my crew was talking about me and the Latino dude was talking about who announced his Afro-Mexican roots, how Los Angeles was founded by mestizos and Afro-mestizos and Afro-Mexicans. And that's very true. The last governor of Los Angeles, Pio Pico, was partially black, besides Spaniard and native. One of his grandmothers was Malata, or something like that in Mexican census. So, point is, and so just like LaQuisha, okay, Jones, y'all, these dudes are no different than LaQuisha Jones. Where LaQuisha Jones had beat up a Mexican man who was 92 years old. These little thugs that jumped this brother is no different than LaQuisha, okay? So I hope they go to jail and pick cotton and strawberries with LaQuisha because you don't mean to jump up because of the game. And what it is, and this is one thing folks don't know, this all stems from CIA, Bush, Reagan mess. When they brought cocaine, a lot of folks not know the reason why you have drug cartels in Mexico, in Venezuela, in Colombia, Puerto Rico, even in Jamaica. Is because United States military went to Latin American Caribbean to infiltrate drugs in the United States. So the AKA CIA, which is Bush was the Bush today who died this year, who I not shed no tear of, he was in charge of the CIA. His son, who was a president later on, who was a governor here in Texas, was a governor here 20 years ago. 20 years ago, was a cocaine addict. But they was doing that to bring drugs into the black and also Hispanic, African American and Hispanic neighborhood. And folks don't know, and I'm gonna give y'all a little history. That's how much I can. I won't be long winded. This was all in the making. 40 years ago, you had the Bloods and the Crips, the Peru, and you had the Mexican Mafia. You had the Norteños, which is the enemies. That's mostly Northern California. Then you had other Mexican groups, and they're also going according to StreetGangs.com. There's other Mexican groups in Southern California who are not aligned with the Southerners do have a problem with, okay? And they're not anti-black. And so prison gangs were formed because when they in California, you had white gangs in California raping African American people and Mexican gangs. If you watch American Me, it doesn't go all detail because there's some folks from Thugs Exposed, which I'm not a Protestant evangelical, but many of these folks who left the gangs became evangelical Protestant Christians. I'm not a big fan. I'm an ex-Protestant. I'm a Catholic, so I'm not a big fan. But I was watching one of the founders of them, and they were saying that some of the stuff in American was not true. That's why Edward James almost had to carry a pistol during the set. But that's why it was formed, and it is weird that they would form and start going against African American people. And yes, you had African American people, some attacking Mexicans, and I believe that was white indoctrinated too. Because where they getting the cocaine from? The white people. They're not getting it from. They're going to Latin America, but who is in charge? The white folks involved. To put more African American people and Hispanics, mostly Mexican, in the prior prison complex, okay, 13 member slavery, okay. Folks don't know about the reason why these OGs in both the ethnic communities, African Americans and Hispanic, mostly Mexican, Chicano. The reason why they're more dangerous to OGs because uh, Dr. Joey West, who was at UCLA where crack was made, had violence centers, and these men were beaten, abused. So they became a product of their environment and their abuse, and they became violent. Like for example, I'm bipolar because of what happened to me. Okay, and so they gave them drugs that was 10 times worse than the drugs. Um, 10 times worse than drugs that they needed for the diagnosis, and that's the reason why they became more violent. So they get what called violence centers. A lot of folks don't know, and the reason why they brought the cocaine there because you had the Black Panthers and you had the Brown Berets. The Hispanic, another Hispanic version of the that's not Mexican is Young Lords. They was using that to distract those groups to fight against the status quo, aka white supremacy. And so the Aryan Brotherhood was getting beaten by the Hispanic and the African American, and for some reason they joined in with the Mexican mafia, whatever. So there's books about that as well. But the truth of the matter is, this is about drugs. It became a prison thing, and it took it out. And I never forget a sister who's part Mexican because she said her grandmother. So her grandmother is Mexican. She looks more African American. She was tagged with N words when she moved in, and she explained on a news article because she didn't want to show her face, but it showed her grandma's name. So I saw Spanish saying either her grandma is Belizean, Afro Latina, or Mexican, and may have some Afro mestizo and roots, whatever, but don't look black and not classify herself as black. She said that what it is when she moved, it is just, and I'm gonna give you a hint. It's just like the 50 Cent movie Get Rich Die Trying. Remember when the Spanish Colombian dude, and 50 Cent shot that dude, and it was a beef between Colombians and African American people? That's what it is in California. If an African American person moving most Hispanic neighborhood, they are afraid that that person gonna steal crack cocaine sales. If a Mexican American dude's moving to an African American neighborhood, that brother or sister gonna be afraid they gonna steal money from their drug dealer. That's what this is. But the stupid is the young people, because the parents are teaching these children to be racist, and it's no different than what Jesus said in Matthew 18. Scandalize, live, throw to you. See, they didn't. These children, many of them are brainwashed, and both in the Hispanic and African American people, they are the ones being told to be racist. Y'all concentrate on the white people being racist, but you're not concentrating on the minorities. And yes, it is minorities. Field by a show. I had beef with people in my own family. I'm not gonna say who it is about me not being racist, especially by mentioning my multiracial background. They didn't want that to be known, but I'm my own person, so that's a whole nother subject. But by me not being racist as well towards white people, Hispanic as well, because I had people in my own community, besides the needs and hustle and kill situation. I know that people in our community can be just as wicked as the white supremacists or the Hispanic ones who try to emulate them, or the Asian ones with the banana coons or the coconut poacher coons or whatever. So, I mean, remember I said if I had to be racist, I had to hate everybody on the planet. My own family turned back against me. So, you get my point. So when I bring this up, the truth of the matter is that these young people are being brainwashed by their racist parents. They're going against, and I don't mean religion, what Jesus said in Matthew 18, scan our little throw to the sea. And then too, if you love your father more than sister, brother, sister more than you love me, you disciple me in Matthew 10. Where Jesus separates the family, where you gonna live for your mom and dad or yourself over me, or you gonna live for me for over? That's exactly. So if they and this is and like I said, I'm Catholic, and I have these folks, like I've noticed, they didn't get, they didn't study their faith. Cause was it for what Victory Outreach, who's a cult? Yeah, they are a cult. Victory Outreach is a cult. No, they wouldn't be out there trying to get people who are ex-Catholics to become the jack chicks into Catholicism mix, okay? And she on Catholic. I remember I'm an ex-Protestant, so I know and I read about Catholic apologetics. You know, the first church was made by Jesus, okay, in Matthew 16. So that's how I know this. I'm not the perfect one, don't get me wrong, okay? But the process, yes, that is a white man's religion because Martin Luther in 1500s created it. Okay, come on, okay? He was a German white man. And it goes against personal interpretation of scripture in 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 20-21, and also the third chapter about twisting scripture in the 15 to 17 in 2 Peter. So St. Peter had the keys, okay, come on, all right? And those keys actually represent authority in Isaiah 15:20-22. The word both means father, which come from Isaiah 21st verse, the father Hebrews. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so that's what, thank you, Papa, okay? And he wasn't wrong, you know, first Peter chapter 5:13. I studied this, and I know more about the Bible now. And I became Catholic later on, got attacked as well by being Catholic. Then I know when I was a Protestant, I was afraid to open the book. Okay, but now I'm not afraid to open the book. I actually have an app of, you know, and you know, I'm perfect. I make a lot of errors, but I read my faith, you know, and of course we, you know, go through things and stuff. So anyway, but the Bible is saying this that they don't know that racism is a sin too. It is to hate. So the only time I fail in hating is hating a person who's an enemy, no matter what the color is. Lord, forgive me alone, okay? Really, you know what I'm saying, help me along with that. But no, I'm based on color and gender, and people don't me wrong of all colors. And the person, you know, so in all skin tones, since African American people, we're not pure black, we mix with white and Native American, just like they are mixed with black and Native American white. So, and they don't know this, but you understand, in the prison complex, you gotta look at this, and I'm not trying to go against. You forgot that Grant brought those Klansmen to the LAPD. So it's weird that drugs, Reagan, all this is going to California. It makes a lot of sense because California was just like Texas before it was stolen, was a safe place for slaves. And I'm glad Ice Cube mentioned this back in 2006 when he had the immigrant protest, Hispanic immigrant protest against Bush. That's right. And you have it's a book called Black California. I didn't get a chance to read it, check it out back 20 years ago at the library. But it's about how African people made business in California. So, and when it was Mexico. So, I mean, and it wasn't this an anti-black versus until white race. Because remember, when the big migration, African people went to Chicago, New York, L.A., you know, left the South, the white people who are racist start to follow them. Yeah, they're racist people up north. Remember, they watched the Jim Crow movies, the blackface and all that. But that's what promoted. But it wasn't extreme compared to the South. Okay, so when they took power in the 60s, Grant was the one that brought the Klansmen to the South, from the South to L.A., and they infiltrate that mentality in the police department, which makes sense. And then these former white people, these white people in these skinhead umbrella, they will say that African people, Hispanic people picked on them. And I'm not trying to say that. I'm glad. I hate the fact I was picked on, but I'm glad that all races picked on me, so I wouldn't have and I have a multiracial background. Yeah, I look like a typical black person, even though that my skin is not as dark as Akon. It's camera complex. It's lighter shade. You know, people sometimes ask if I'm part Mexican, although I do have Spanish roots from Louisiana. Prior to I did my research, Hispanic roots from Louisiana. Okay, my mom's side of the family, but the truth of the matter is, they brought that mentality there, and this was going in the 60s and 70s. If you watch movies, the baby boomers, as with Organic was correct. Yes, many of them in them areas joined the gangs, and I know a sister that told me this when I was watching what's that movie? Before I went to go see Born and Raised Compton, Straight Outta Compton, And she said she had joined it and she changed a lot. She became a Protestant Christian and everything else, and born again. But she said that back in the day, other neighborhoods would jump each other because the police would not protect them. Do you get my point? So, far as I know about this, because I do research on this, and usually the reason why those areas are not, this is why I'm for gentrification in those areas. Okay, I'm not for gentrification in other areas, but particularly like what happened to his brother here, particularly what happened to Nipsey Hussle, particularly what happened to the Latino man from Mexico with LaQuisha. If minorities keep scheming for fucking up, I am for them gentrifying those areas. I am for the white folks putting their business, keeping them minority asses out because this is the problem. I'm a person of color. I'm a minority. I'm black. I'm Hispanic. I'm Mexican, whatever. I'm not racist. It's the white people got power to be racist. But you see, this shit goes on. This is the reason why I laughed back in 2016 when when the Clinton, Hillary and Trump mess was going on, and when Ku Klux Klan came in that area, was it Anaheim, or Santa Ana or Pasadena? They came and you see African people, Hispanic folks coming together, and I'm like, really? All this shit going on with Hispanic folks who are racist jumping African people, and African people jumping them. You're not trying to clean that shit up, but you're gonna come and together sing Kumbaya in English and Spanish and try to attack the Ku Klux Klan, but y'all act like clans amongst each other. Weird. Now you see why I'm for gentrify. No, gentrify the asses. That's right, gentrify the asses. Gentrify the asses in this area. And I ain't making fun of nobody who's been poisoned by the dirty water in Compton. But you see why sound like Steve Harvey about Flint, Michigan. But you see why y'all got dirty water? Y'all acting a fool down there. Being racist, but whining about the white man. And yes, Hispanic folks whine about the white man too, about them stealing the land and this and that, all the other stuff. So besides Africans about slavery, okay? Call it like it is, okay? Y'all, and so I hope we need to start praying for these people. I'm not perfect, but I pray for that young man and to stop the racism in that area. And because one thing, these gangs are not bigger than God, okay? One thing that I noticed, speaking of spirituality, some of these people, like I said about this police shootings, y'all believe in having despair, okay? I'm talking about my people acting sin. And I'm not the bash, it is the Protestant evangelical fundamentalist mentality, the slave white man's mentality. Their interpretation of the Bible, they got infiltrated in the quote black churches that's mostly Protestant, okay? Just like Nipsey Hussle's grandmother, who's Catholic, she has faith, and she forgave Eric Holder. I need to start, but I'm letting you know, as the person experienced, and my dad is an atheist, to teach me not to forgive. So that, like, I know I'm going to choose him over Jesus in this situation, but that's the reason why, because when I did let somebody, I guess a different way, not a doormat forgiveness, but I was always taught a doormat version of forgiveness, like going back in and letting, you can forgive somebody, let it go, but don't let them in. I'm learning that too. But it's a false interpretation of forgiveness. But the truth of the matter is, his grandmother forgave she's a Catholic, by the way, forgave Eric Holder. She has faith, he will go to jail with everything. And I notice when it comes to those who are Catholic, who are Hispanic, who lost their faith, who don't practice it, and involved in, gang acting as well, and African people who have lost their faith, who are Catholic, because not all of us are Protestant, but many are because of white supremacist country, Anglo-Saxon country here in the United States. They have a loss of faith. It's like typical. I mean, look at it. You had to get yes, that Black Lives Matter was formed around by the Trayvon Martin, but guess who funded it and promoted it the most? A white Jew, George Soros, being it. Do you get my point? So when it comes to us, the Bible is one thing I'm glad that, because I have accomplished some things. I'm not telling all my business here. And folks who don't have the same faith are like, how do you do that? Well, St. James said in second chapter that faith without works is dead. And that's what Martin Luther, not Martin Luther King, Martin Luther, white man in Protestant Reformation days, he disagreed with sola fide. He believed sola fide means faith without works, which actually is a false doctrine. Okay? So, see how I live strong. I've been through a lot in my life. I have to let you know, it is my faith that carried through me. You know what I'm saying? Faith will works, okay? Take action. I'm not afraid to take action. Y'all, you know, when I say about the Delta Cruz, the 39.03, you know what I'm saying? And that's why even when I go to work, I'm working faster. They said, "Man, you a hard worker," but when people give me attitude, that's why I leave the position. But or sometimes get fired if I can confront the person. But they like, "Dang, you're a hard worker out here. You know, you doing the job right. What's, you know, well because my faith tells me faith that works is there." Hello. So I mean, some of my people believe faith alone. No, and don't give me that false interpretation of Galatians that Luther put in the Bible, which is in the perverted King James Bible, who was a bisexual king in England. Okay, I mean, a Protestant version of it. Okay, in English. Um, Truth of the matter is, it's talking about circumcision in that chapter that St. Paul's talking about. It's not talking about worth. When faith, so because it would contradict each other when it says that in James chapter 2. So faith without works is dead. So if many of our people had that mentality, you wouldn't have this racism going on. Some of y'all still believe there's this stuff can go on. No, because you have a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, your other ancestor, you know what I mean, on paper, mentality about spirituality and religion. That's why me and my family go back and forth because me and them believe in it. I don't. I mean, I got Catholic family members too, long distance. But no, the ones who are Protestant are those who left because I had an uncle who, my grandma allowed him to go to this, one of the, my university in Fifth Ward. My dad's brother, he was Catholic, but when she took him out of school and he became Protestant, and it's like he don't know what to believe. Point is, faith without works is dead. So if you believe that this is going to go on, it's going to go on. A man thinking. It didn't say that a man thoughts control the life. And that's how I'm changing my mentality. You see, I got to notice my mood has been changing lately. Okay, so because if you want your life to change, you got to change. You can't sit here and believe. So these Hispanic folks that's doing this mess are human. They're not God. Stop thinking that these people, y'all putting anything lighter than you. Anything, I see this mentality a lot. The white man put in, you know, and I used to with the Catholic got white Jesus. Well, first off, the Catholic Church never meant that the Jesus white. You don't know the story that the reason why they made pictures and statues and images because the people in Europe don't know how to read. That was the reason why they did it. They never claimed that Jesus was white. When later on Peter got crucified in Rome and converting the pagans, you know, the Gentiles in Rome, it became big. You know, the Catholic Church became the Christian Church became big. It was only Christian, wasn't no other denomination. And the only teach the people could not read was put them in art, whether it be staying out in windows or pictures of, what happened. That's why you have pictures of Jesus white. It wasn't race then. Race became an issue in the 1700, I believe. I have to go back on Wikipedia. And that's what the idea of race came. When other Europeans started seeing other races, they were not Christian. The African, because of course the first Christians and Jews were black, but they remember what Jesus said, told his apostles to go up to go teach all nations in Matthew 28, excuse me. That's why we're called Catholic, because it means universal in Greek, Catholicos. He was going to teach all nations because the Jews rejected him. So he had to go all. So he told you like St. Thomas went to India. That's records about St. Thomas who doubted Jesus went to India. You know what I'm saying? Paul went to Rome, so did Peter did too. And he was Peter was wrong. First Peter chapter 5:13. The church is here in Babylon. The she's here Ecclesia. Okay, in Greek. Come on now. So point is, when Europeans benefit from Christianity, and they start to go outside of Europe, they saw that the other people were not Christians and they were of color and they didn't believe the same thing. So that's what the superior and it's true. The superior complex came in, and you hear it, see that mess all the time. It's even in, because I never forget, even a sister who's not a Catholic, who's a Protestant, she was hated on this sister that was homeless, saying she ain't saved. See that mentality, and that's how they enslaved the other people, because they felt that these folks were not Christian, which is not a Christian thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And Catholicism is the epitome of Christianity. What's the fuck Catholic Church? We're not Christianity. The church, remember, the church is the pillar of the truth. Okay, a lot of folks don't know that. In First Timothy 3:15, the church is the pillar of truth, not the Bible. The Bible is authoritative. So it's useful in the Second Timothy 3:16. It's useful or it's probable, means it's authoritative. Folks don't know, yeah, a lot of folks don't get it. The Protestants believe it was authority so they can make it in their own interpretation, which St. Peter said in the Bible that it's not supposed to go because it's one faith, one God, one church, or one body, one church. Okay, that's the reason why. But as I was saying, so the point is, these people went to other parts of the globe once Columbus said that the world was not flat. That's when they started mistreating natives and black people because they felt they were pagan. And yes, there was other Native American tribes and African tribes killing each other, but it doesn't get right for a white racist man to get involved. Do you know what I'm saying? So, do you know what I'm saying? So, you remember Jesus said there'll be what's it called? Bad fish and weeds, weeds in, you know what I'm saying, and meaning that there'll be bad people in the church. I mean clergy and both laity. Okay, so that's why he has scandals. Judas was come on, these people who doing this stuff in the Catholic Church are Judas priests. Judas betrayed Jesus. His own flock, even Peter betrayed Jesus. I mean, y'all don't get it. His own flock turned against him. He need his own 12 apostles turn against him. So what that tells you, that's God in the flesh. That's a scandal. In Matthew 13 tells you about the weeds and weeds, and bad fish and good fish in their parables. Talking about the people who are faithful and people who are not. I mean, come on, people don't. Oh Lord, when we talk to the Catholic Church, because this and that, the Baptist Church is too. That Southern Baptist Church was raping white women, raping sisters, and they believed the Southern Baptist Church believed in slavery, that slavery was just. The Catholic Church got involved. The Pope said you excommunicate involved y'all in the second trade and in the slave trade. People don't know their history. They read from a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. Here we go. And that's why I trip on white Anglo-Saxon Protestant racism. I do. And bigotry. I'm not saying all white Anglo-Saxon Protestant people are bad. But here, our white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, they messed up America. They think when they mess up is making America great again. No, they didn't. No. So and a lot of folks don't understand when Goldwater situation with LBJ, corrupt LBJ. Remember that over here in Alabama, Negro is Catholicism, Judaism, and all the other Catholicism, all the other ism, because those white Catholics were, and these Jews who were not racist and buy into, also getting penalized by the white. They were going to the South to reach out to African people. Do you understand that Martin King had problems with white Protestant people? Pat Robertson, who was a white Baptist, who on St. Andrew's Club, and also Jared Falwell. Okay, so understand that's why the white evangelical Protestant fundamentalists took sides with Trump. Yeah, you had white Catholics, but then what the Pope said about Donald Trump, that he was not a Christian. And so y'all get my point. So, and there's been bad popes and bad priests. We have weeds and wheats. Duh, we have good. Any church has that. Every religion has that. You have good Muslims and bad Muslims. Okay, and you had Muslim and part of the slave trade, the Arabian. So why you have the nation Islam, which is that's not even because they believe that Allah, what's name, Allah's father was Allah. No, he was not God. Allah means God in Arabic. Okay, and they had an issue with firecracker. Even Elijah Muhammad's son didn't get along before he died because of that. So I'm just letting you know, and so that's what I'm saying right there is that it's stupid for y'all. So like I say, that these people here are not God down there in Los Angeles. That's why I don't have that big fear. That's why when I was El Paso, actually they cannot infiltrate El Paso because of the big gang territory. Aztecas on El Paso. And so they don't get along. there been some instance if a brother go mess with them and act a fool with them, but I never had problems with um I mean I had a few his racism in El Paso and I confronted it. And I wasn't scared to confront it too. But remember that big old cholo dude that looked like big like Fat Joe? Okay, remember I told you that he was from California, and remember I told you me and him got to a fight. He was a Gemini. His birthday coming up because Gemini, see them Geminis are crazy. I'm a Leo. Remember I started going to some chairs and keyboards and that business now. Okay, and I threatened to call him laws on his act, but snitch on him. Okay. Why he was scared? He shut up because he was in El Paso because he know he going to jail and them cholos down there ain't gonna play because he's from that. Thank you. I'm trying to bring up gang territory up here. I'm trying to make a point. Not to put nobody's name on blast or anything, okay? Please. Let's be intelligent, okay? That's why I said, yeah. I said, yeah. I said, you try to start something. Oh, I know. The rise on this end ain't gonna tolerate you because you're not from El Paso. You're from down on LA. You don't get along. No, they don't get along. They don't get along. And I know. I was in El Paso. I know. If I had no chi, I walked through El Paso. Yes, I heard a brother named Peanut Butter, whatever his damn name is, or the cuss up here. How, and I guess he met me. He said that he would call me a Blasky because I was a brother who was speaking Spanish all the time. Yes. Well, the truth of the matter is, I'm let you know that, yeah, you had some, because many of these people who my people, African descent, who was from the South, when they come to this part of, well, that part of Texas, not El Paso, so I lived there for 3 years, it's not WASP, okay? It's very Hispanic. It's not a black version of WASP. It's not an Anglo. It's mostly Latino. So by me being mostly Latino community and growing up in my teenage years, speaking Spanish, and actually found out later on, I didn't know the time I was part Hispanic, but I come to 2016, but I was there 2004, 5, and 6. So in speaking Spanish, and then you do have anti-Catholicism that I had to argue with many ex-Protestants, I'm ex-Protestant myself. I fit with I was Catholic, I was with the church with Cholo, we went to mass together. So you get my point. Yeah, I was in, and I knew how to argue. I knew how to fight. I had friends who were Cholo. One of the Cholo guys I went to school, dark about my complexion, darker Latino dude, Cholo dude. We rode in the same, he took me back to Job Corps from school. We was in college together. And I'll never forget when at the bus terminal, east terminal down there by South Vista Mall. Why they dump the felons like that? The state patrol, whatever, dumped these ex-cons from prison, and they saw me speaking Spanish, and a bunch of Latino cholo, they name, you speak Spanish? What's up, homie? This and that. And I just had a dark-skinned brother that was with them, like looking at me like they embraced him. Yeah, I don't walk around here with a victim mentality. No, I keep my eyes open. Remember, I said I pray. I live in the hood. Okay, when I was up Paso, I would pray before I come out that door. Okay, so I'm not perfect. God, you know what I'm saying? God has mercy. I don't have a tyrant God that I was taught from the Protestant ideology, okay? The conservative Protestant, because not all of them the same religion. You have liberal Protestant, like with Obama's a liberal, he believed gay marriage was legal, should be legal, and you have a conservative Protestant, okay? Which is many folks in the South, okay? I don't have this tyrant God mentality. So, yeah, I felt safe walking at nighttime coming from a possible to the job corps in the body. Nothing happened to me, okay? And nothing. I don't think I was scared of them dogs sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Actually, they didn't just offend. You know what I'm saying? That's something I was scared of. But no, I walk out there and nothing happened to me because I had faith. I wasn't walking there to put myself on blast, but I ain't gonna say a Hummer at the job course. I walked down there and nothing happened to me. Nah. Only thing that was close to it was some, and I'll bring some, y'all gonna laugh, some Latino dudes looking thuggish was rapping to a Little John and what's his name? What's the Spanish dude? One like a white dude, his Cuban, Pitbull. What them niggas gonna do? What them Mexican niggas gonna do? What they gonna do? What them Puerto Rican do? What they gonna do? with the Puerto Rican dude, with the Dominican dude. So when they saw me, and I looked at them, and then what they gonna do? When I'm like, you ain't gonna do anything to me. You know what I'm saying? They drove on by, and I never again. And they rapping to a brother, West Friend dude, brother. Thank you. Ain't nothing happened. I'm still here at almost still 40 years old. Yeah, because I stay prayed up. I may have cursed, acting fool, get bipolar crazy, but I stay prayed up. And that's one thing that y'all don't do, that y'all do, but y'all have a doubtful prayer. You have to actually believe and put works into it. If, for example, what's that sister before I go? The sister who bashed a bias show for married to a so-called white Hispanic. That woman is Afro mestiza going to her DNA test. Sister, stop calling her a white Hispanic. She's from the one who married to a white man. And remember, she said that, I forgot her name. She was a swirler. She said that her grandparents had a business in California, and the Mexican folks there told them that they had to leave. Really, sister? I would have gotten on the phone and contact politicians and vote them. Okay, and yeah, they know who it is now. Okay, I would have got politicians. I would have got thank you petitions. I would protest forever. Y'all don't fight for y'all right. Y'all forgot y'all civil rights struggle. That's why folks, I'm sorry, cuss y'all fuck with us. Y'all forgot. Y'all just open victim mentality. It's like nah. So and then that's why I don't have that mentality. And I'm glad I went to a predominantly Hispanic school to not. Yes, if I saw some dudes sagging their pants and looking thuggish who's Hispanic or African with a stereotype, I do that here in the hood most. I would, had a fear complex, not fear, but like, oh, watch out for this person. But still, I still moved on. I still went on in life, and I wasn't scared. I knew who to go to. I snitched on people. Yes, I did. I ain't gonna sit here and lie about that. You ain't back on what I'm supposed to do. Shoes. Don't let me have a second rights amendment up in here. A second amendment situation up in here. Okay, I believe to defend myself as well. So don't thank you. That's why I don't have this fear complex. Y'all do. You do anything, and then when you say that these Mexicans are white folks, then you're the one doing it to another brother or sister. That's what makes it so hypocritical. So, for example, a kid organic. I'm not going to a area that's mostly gang thug related to go meet my Mexican girlfriend. You gotta be crazy. I know you carry a gun, but I'm not putting myself in danger. If she can't meet up or leave that neighborhood, we ain't doing nothing. Is it that serious to go have sex with her? Like, whatever. Yeah, I get on my nerve. Have some sex. I ain't even trying to live in them soon-to-be gentrified areas. So that's why I say, so y'all say a prayer for this young man, and also too, let's stop this. Them people need to go ahead and go to jail, go to prison, and they need to go to prison. And I'm getting tired of hearing, and this is the reason why I want y'all to know, they see our people killing each other. They listen to the music of that. So they don't view themselves as black. They don't look black. But 9-10, just like George Lopez has some black DNA in too. He's from, and also Jessica Alba, Mexican American father, but she did DNA test the second time on Finding Roots. But they don't. Hey, so do you understand? If they listen to music, we use the word nigga and killing, and like the dude was in Las Vegas talking about hitting Rosa Parks and fuck all niggas, and by Bobby Two Pistols, and you got brothers actually on YouTube adding the lyrics to Bobby, not that one, but some other song by Bobby Two Pistols. So I don't know if it's a brother actually pretending to be a white person, pure white person. I don't know who it is because they didn't want to show their ugly face. But truth of the matter is, y'all have victim mentality to the point it's like hopeless talking points. What's fun talking about you about religion when you tell them about complacent of it? Yeah, you had to suffer, but that don't mean, because everybody says, you're good or bad, Jesus suffered on the cross, but don't mean you ate to suffer or be complacent with it. You do need to get yourself some help. So that's why I don't have this victim mentality, because I'm letting you know, there's no way in hell I'll let somebody talk to me that way. I'm sorry. Y'all gotta stop acting. I've been bullied enough to the point you have to, put your guns up. You have to defend yourself. Y'all not defend. Y'all scared, but if y'all getting some drug mess with them folks and it go wrong, I wouldn't be shocked. That's the reason why this is going on. Not towards the special needs child. I'm talking about the young man. I'm talking about the other folks in the thugging situation. Okay, and then too, the reason why it's not. And you can say put Trump. No, it's not because a bunch of Latinos run to the border and going to Rio Grande and it's populated. No, they have our Hispanic, because I mix Spanish too, Spanish Creole. Down there have a high birth rate. They don't believe in abortions. So I am for that bill in Georgia to be ban abortions. I am not what Liz Milano on this. I'm a liberal, and there are Democrats for life. I'm in part of them. Okay, that's why, besides the killings and shooting up with Nipsey Russell, you have sisters going to Planned Parenthood and getting these babies killed. That's why it's mostly Mexicans or other Hispanics. Not every Hispanic is Mexican, okay? Up in California, okay? Before you start talking about Trump, but Trump want to get rid of you too. Anyway, I gotta go.